Hello everyone, welcome to Universe Mode. In this one, we're gonna introduce Universe Mode. We're gonna tell you about everything that's happened. So I made this script a couple weeks ago, so some of the champions are different, some of the things are different. So this is kind of more like a fantasy booking up to WrestleMania. But a lot of it is still realistic, like it can happen. Or it could have happened already. But let's get into it. First, we'll start with SmackDown Live. We start where Drew McIntyre is the champion. Unlike in real life when Cody Rhodes took it off him, that was stupid. We're going to let Drew keep the championship through WrestleMania after a win in a fatal four-way against Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns chose Drew McIntyre in this Universe Mode. Then Seth Rollins, he was just in it for the love of the game, and of course Cody Rhodes wanted his title back. So Seth Rollins was going for a super stomp on the top rope, but Jacob Fatu pulled Seth Rollins off the rope, helping Drew McIntyre to retain the title. They're a team in this. They're allies, unlike in real life. Speaking of Jacob Fatu, he's the United States Championship. This one isn't as much fun. It's just been him and Carmelo Hayes going back and forth. Not much more to it. Tag teams. The Wyatt Six beat the MFTs. No matter how much the MFTs try to cheat. DIY held it before the MFTs, but now it's the Wyatt Six. The Women's Championship. Naomi retained it against Tiffany Stratton. That's different in real life. Jade Cargill, not the champ. Rhea Ripley and Naomi have been going at it, but of course Rhea Ripley on Raw, so you don't see her very much on the show. Oh, don't mind that. I gotta change that. And then for the Women's United States Championship, Bayley wins the championship from Julia and Reigns. And then Tiffany Stratton keeps demanding a title shot. And Bayley didn't want to give it to her, but Tiffany Stratton stole the belt, not the championship. She never won it. She just stole the belt and used it as blackmail to get the championship. Bayley accepts to finally get her title back, and Tiffany Stratton wins. There has been back and forths from Bayley and Tiffany, people like Chelsea Green, Bianca Belair. But since Bayley got the title off of Julia, only Bayley and Tiffany have held it. Tiffany is currently the champ. And then let's get into Monday Night Raw. We'll start with this. Finn Balor, thanks to the help of the Judgment Day, won the title off CM Punk at Elimination Chamber. And then he lost it to Braun Breaker on a random Monday Night Raw. And then Finn Balor won it back at WrestleMania. That's right, in this Universe Mode, the Judgment Day didn't break up. I made this like even before the Judgment Day even looked like they were going to break up. I'm not going to lie. Like, this was like before he challenged Punk. Like, this has been at the works for a while. Next up, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, I'm sorry. Another member of the Judgment Day. He's beaten strong contenders, and now Rey Mysterio has been chasing gold, but just can't seem to be successful yet. Tag team titles. This is a long one. JD McDonough and Finn Balor won it off the Usos. But because Finn Balor won the World Heavyweight Championship, Carlito ended up taking his place, who's not in this game anymore. So we had to run it back. We had to change that because we kind of forgot Carlito wasn't in this game. So JD McDonough and Dominic ended up fighting, and then they ended up losing to the New Day, and then they kept fighting. The New Day kept retaining, then retained against the Creed brothers and the Street Profits. The New Day just kept holding on to the titles, and then the New Days lost them to the Street Profits in a three-way tornado tag match at WrestleMania between the Street Profits, the Creed brothers, and the New Day. Brutus Creed hit Kofi Kingston with a low blow, but while Brutus Creed was taunting to the crowd, Montez Ford got a sneaky pin and ran with the championships as the Creed chased the Street Profits out of the stadium. Then we got the WWE World Women's Championship. Liv Morgan took the title from Steph thanks to a distraction from Dominic Mysterio. Steph had a rematch at WrestleMania. Liv Morgan said that if she won, Stephanie had to withdraw from the contenders list as long as Liv had the championship. Stephanie agreed. At WrestleMania, Dom runs in when Liv appears to be losing and throws a chair in the ring. Stephanie does a devil's kiss on it to win, and when Liv fails to utilize it. And Dom leaves with Liv devastated. And then Lyra Valkyria took it off Becky Lynch, who was injured, and now she's just a champion. And then finally, do gotta fix something. This is wrong. So it's not them. It's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. We'll kind of make it like more people can challenge on the shows. But for now, that's your champions. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky had it at WrestleMania. They retained against Liv and Raquel, but they got injured. They both got severely injured. And they had to vacate the championships. And then both Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, and of course, this team, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, had to work their way up. And at WrestleMania, Liv and Raquel won it. So that is a short introduction to Universe Mode. Tomorrow there will be the first episode of Monday Night Raw. With that, I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'll see you in the next one.